All right, let's wrap it up. The Washington Commanders here, Sam. And, I could say Sam Howell's the dude, right? I mean, Sam Howell's going to break out, be the guy. You found him. What a steal in round 5. But realistically for Washington, no matter what happens with Sam Howell, their playmaker situation at receiver and that defensive line, Chase Young, get him back and healthy and, just another year coming off of his injuries. I think the defensive line is loaded in Washington. And the roster overall is really good. Depth on the offensive line, much better in the secondary with Emmanuel Forbes coming in as a first-round corner. Washington has just a really good team. And, of course, the biggest question will be, how good is Sam Howell at QB?
Yeah, I think Sam Howell is reason to be optimistic. Like, if Sam Howell was a guy that they drafted in the first or the second round and he was getting this opportunity, everybody would be pumped about it, right? It's like, here's the new young quarterback. He's taken over. He showed the last game of the season, last season, why he should be the starter going forward. And the coaching buys into him. They brought in Eric Bieniemy, who everybody has been hammering to get a head coaching job because of what he's done as an offensive coordinator. Like, we would be so excited about the prospect of what Sam Howell can be. But because he was just a 5th-round pick and he slid in the draft, it doesn't have the same cachet, the same weight to it. But, Sam Howell effectively is a young quarterback that did have draft pedigree before it slipped once we got closer to the draft, who the coaching staff in Washington has clearly bought into, right? They decided coming out of last season that he was going to be the starter going forward. All they did to change that is bring in Jacoby Brissett, who's like the perfect backup quarterback. So evidently the coaching staff, they have the best view of this guy, right? We have seen, 20-something dropbacks at the last game of the season. They've seen him in practice all the way through an entire year. They have the best view of what Sam Howell can be, and evidently they believe he can be the starter going forward, and they've brought in one of the biggest names in terms of an offensive mind in Eric Bieniemy to help shepherd him through that pathway. So if you're a Washington fan, and by the way, the other reason for optimism is, new ownership. Right. If you're a Washington fan, then I think you should be excited by and optimistic by what Sam Howell can be.